Dying for Love, Hidden Justice. Written by Cara Putman. Narrated by Reba Buhr. Chapter 1. Ciara Turner sucked in a breath, trying to calm the adrenaline-addicted hummingbirds filling her stomach as she straightened her shoulders and adjusted her grasp on her attaché case. She pasted a smile on and pushed into Judge Banter's still, dark anteroom. The judge had issued one of his infamous pre-hearing orders on Friday, so she'd rushed to the office extra early for the first thing Monday morning appearance. His secretary's desk stood abandoned, but the judge would expect her to enter anyway. She strode to the judge's office door and glanced down the short hallway to the clerk's desks. Based on the silence, neither of them had arrived. It looked like she'd even beat opposing counsel David Evans to court. That in itself made the day an unusual one. They'd raced each other in when both clerked for the judge, a race that continued when they found themselves on opposite sides of a case like this one. Ciara shifted her hold on her briefcase and rapped on the judge's door. "Judge Banter? It's Ciara Turner." She pushed on the cracked door and stepped just inside. "Sir?" A rustling sound reached her and she stepped deeper into the darkened room. She frowned. Usually by this time in the morning, Judge Banter would have opened the curtains and filled the room with sunlight. Most in the legal community knew Judge Banter usually arrived by 6 a.m., so he could capture the early morning peace. He liked to attack whichever legal puzzles waited on his desk with the windows thrown open, no matter how cold. He'd always commented on how healthy sunlight was for a person. With spring giving hints it had arrived, he should have the windows open. She'd worn a cashmere sweater under her suit in anticipation of the chill. The door to his private restroom stood cracked with fluorescent light spilling onto the carpet and the walnut desk. The rows of bookshelves behind the desk were as crammed with books and papers as they had been during her clerkship. It all looked as she'd expected, except the judge wasn't sitting on his towering leather chair. Ciara glanced over her shoulder at his assistant's desk. Still no sign of the woman. Guess she might as well pull out the motion she wanted to file. David wouldn't like it, but she didn't care. Virginia still required alimony, and his client would not get away with the paltry amount he offered. If it took filing a motion for an accounting, then so be it. The cuckoo clock perched on the shelf behind the judge's desk wound into its song and dance. Now the judge and David were both late. Where was David? He knew Judge Banter's intolerance for anyone arriving late for a hearing. The judge insisted each counsel be present when speaking to him about a case. Ciara set her bag on one of the wing chairs, then startled when the outside door opened. She jerked to attention.
"Sample complete. Ready to continue?"